welcome back. In this video, we'll dive deep into the intricacies of custom tactics and detailed settings. Let's get started. Within the tactics, you can adjust specific options that directly affect how your team behaves on the pitch. They're split into 3 categories: build up, offense, and defense. Build up. Build up is the speed at which the attacking team will move the ball, the general passing distance, the level of support play from teammates, and your team's positioning. Speed determines the speed and urgency that players will have when moving the ball into the attacking third. Higher speed means prioritizing faster passing. Lower speed means players will try to retain possession more. Passing distance, the tendency of short to long distance passes that players will perform. Mentality controls the rate at which your players make runs up and down the field, defending, balanced, attacking. Positioning, organized, players will stick to their exact position in a strict manner. Free, players will often roam into other areas of the pitch depending on game situation. Offense. Passing rate determines the frequency of your players passing the ball. Choosing a higher passing rate means your players will attempt more through passes and riskier passes. Lower passing rate means your players will opt for safer and less contested passes throughout the pitch. Cross rate determines the frequency of your players moving the ball towards the wings and crossing into the box. Shooting rate determines the frequency of your players taking a shot. Choosing a higher shooting rate means your players will attempt to shoot more often, even from distance. Lower shooting rate means your players will be more conservative with their shots and will not shoot until they are closer to the net. Positioning. Organized, attacking players will stick to their exact position in a strict manner. This means that your wingers will not drift inside and your strikers will not drift outside or fall back into midfield. Free, attacking players will often roam into other areas of the pitch depending on game situation. This means that wingers may drift inside to support your strikers, and your strikers may drift to the wings or into the midfield. Defense. Pressure, the rate at which a second defender press will be triggered and how tight your defenders will mark attackers. Higher pressure means your players will mark opponents more aggressively, often pulling a second defender in to help. Lower pressure means your players will mark opponents more conservatively, with fewer second defenders coming in for support. Width. Narrow, this adjusts your defensive shape to be narrow to have more players in the middle of the pitch for defensive coverage. This means that the center of the pitch will have more defensive focus, while the wings will be more open. Balanced, this adjusts your defensive shape to be balanced for generic positioning. Wide, this adjusts your defensive shape to cover your wide players, left/right backs and left/right midfielders, towards the sidelines. This means that the wings will have more defensive focus, while the center of the pitch will be more open. Tackle tendency determines the frequency at which your players will commit to a tackle, or if they will contain the attacker. Back line. Free, your defenders will not attempt the offside trap. Offside trap, this tactic tells your defenders to quickly push up as a unit, with the goal of catching an attacker offside. In this season, I'm playing with a 4-3-3 attacking formation, and I don't change my tactics throughout the game. For build-up play, I keep the speed at a medium level, meaning my team moves the ball forward in a balanced way. The passing distance is short, allowing my players to maintain better control. My mentality is fully offensive, my players are constantly pushing forward, and with free positioning, they frequently move around the pitch. On the attacking side, the passing frequency is set to medium, so my players attempt more through balls and forward passes. I keep the crossing frequency low, meaning my wingers focus less on crossing and more on finding shooting or passing opportunities. The shooting frequency is maxed out, so my players take shots at every possible opportunity, whether they're close or far from the goal. Positioning is free, so my attackers are constantly rotating and looking for goal-scoring chances. For defense, My pressing is set to maximum, meaning my players mark tightly and frequently call in a second defender for support. The width is medium, ensuring a balanced defensive setup both in the center and on the wings. Aggression is also set to medium, meaning my players follow their opponents closely without taking too many risks. My defensive line is stable, ensuring my defenders stay compact without trying to play the offside trap. In the next video, I'll explain how I applied this tactic. I played 38 matches in manager mode without changing the formation, players, or training points. For each match, I recorded the post-match stats to track how well each player performed and calculated their overall success rate after 38 matches. I'll show the match results, player stats from all 38 matches, along with individual statistics for each player and 3D models of the players. Stay tuned to become a tactical mastermind.